Welcome back, guys. I'm still on the same walk with my dog, but I wanted to make the first official video about anxiety, and so I can actually get this channel started. So the way I look at it is, and what I had to learn is, first of all, what is anxiety? Where did it come from? Why do we have it? And I read a book, and probably a lot of my suggestions are going to come from this book that I read. It was actually from a doctor. I can't think of his name, and now when I get it in my hand again, I'll show you what book it is. But it's a doctor that deals with how to work with anxiety on a daily basis. So, from this book, what I've determined is that anxiety is genetically coded into every single one of us. Now, some may be more affected than others, and some may have specific symptoms, I call them symptoms, for lack of a better term, than others. But the reality is that genetically, everybody in this world has anxiety. And the reason it was genetically coded into us was, if you look back to our ancestors, I'm going to say like caveman days, we had to identify whether we needed to fight a situation or flight. And you may have heard that term before, fight or flight. And that's basically, I don't want to call it the anxiety motto, but it is a very, very, very common term when it comes to anxiety, is fight or flight. Because the brain basically gets into that mode of, I either need to fight my way out of here, or I need to run and flight, right? So if I say fight or flight, that's what I mean. I need to fight my way out of the situation or run away. So if you think back to the ancestor days, caveman days, if I'm a caveman and I'm sitting in a cave, and all of a sudden something's threatening my life or my family's life, anxiety is built into us to fight that off. Now, you're thinking, okay, well, how does that help me now? Genetically, we still have it in us. It's the right worry at the wrong time. The right worry at the wrong time. What does that mean? Well, obviously, dinosaurs aren't around. There are things that can threaten us if we are in the wild, such as bears or cougars, stuff like that. And that's when those instincts will kick in. But if you live in a big city like I do, the chances of running into a bear, pretty slim. Cougar, pretty slim. So, basically, what we have is we have those same genetic codes, same genetic instincts at the wrong time. So how do we handle this? Well, knowing that it's genetically predisposed into us, or genetically coded into our DNA, we first have to get a couple things straight. And the first thing is, I'm sorry if this is shaking, guys, but as I said, I'm walking as I do this. The first thing we have to identify is, first of all, we have anxiety. And the sooner somebody can realize that, the sooner I realize that, the sooner I could actually figure it out. Once I actually admitted and accepted the fact that I deal with anxiety, not suffer, I don't want to use the word suffer, the fact that I have to deal with anxiety and manage my anxiety, I was actually able to take the road to move forward with it. So that's number one. The second thing that we need to identify is we cannot, as I said before, this is kind of the first leading into the second. We will never get rid of anxiety. I'm going to let that sink in for just a second. We, and I say we because like I said, I'm going through this too. We will never get rid of anxiety. It will always be there. And it doesn't matter who you are. It just doesn't matter. We will always deal with anxiety. It's just a matter now of, instead of trying to get rid of it, how do we manage it? How do we manage it? And that's what I want this channel to be, is knowing that I won't get rid of anxiety, how do I manage it? So, I hope that helps, guys. Those are the first two things that I'm going to leave you with. Again, any comments, please leave them below. And anything that you want to hear specifically about, if I can talk about it, I will. I do not want to give you information that I don't have information on, so I don't want to mislead you. But, because as I said, guys, I'm not a psychologist. But if there is anything that I can talk about that may help you, and I've worked through it myself, I will do what I can to help you. So, I'm glad I started this channel. I'm hoping you're going to get something out of it. And I hope to see you on the next one.